Alright, so today's video is going to be a little bit different. Today we're going to watch a very, very short clip here of a young group of students. I'm assuming they are in high school from Loudoun County, Virginia. I live in Virginia. I don't live in Loudoun County, but Loudoun County, Virginia, staging a walkout in response to and in protest to Policy 8040, which we're going to go over after we watch this very short clip here. Here is the clip of the students protesting Policy 8040, which I'll give you the brief overview of what it means. It basically means that transgender students are allowed to use their preferred pronouns and also go and use which bathroom they prefer, which pertains to their gender. I didn't word that very well, but here's the clip.
Let's go!
So many of their signs say restore girls only, boys only, locker rooms, showers, and bathrooms. And they say overturn Policy 8040. Here is Policy 8040, according to the Loudoun School Board. Rights of transgender and gender expansive students. Loudoun County Public Schools is committed to providing equitable, safe, and inclusive learning environment for all students. All students shall be treated with dignity and respect regardless of their sex, sexual orientation, transgender status, or gender identity/expression. Loudoun County is committed to supporting student privacy and providing equal educational opportunities, including access to Loudoun County programs, activities, and facilities pursuant to the Code of Virginia. Loudoun County endorses policies, procedures, and practices for an inclusive school environment that are consistent with the Virginia Department of Education's publication issued by the Virginia Department of Education. LSCP shall allow gender expansive or transgender students to use their chosen name and gender pronouns that reflect their consistently asserted gender identity without any substantiating evidence, regardless of the name and gender recorded in the student's permanent educational records. School staff shall, at the request of a student or parent legal guardian, when using a name or pronoun to address the student, use the name and pronoun that correspond to their consistently asserted gender identity. The use of gender-neutral pronouns are appropriate. Inadvertent slips in the use of names or pronouns may occur for staff and students who intentionally and persistently refuse to respect a student's gender identity by using the wrong name and gender pronoun are in violation of this policy. And it also goes on to say that student activities such as interscholastic, co-curricular, and extracurricular activities are part of the educational program and are subject to school supervision and regulation. All students are expected to display good sportsmanship and competitive activities where they are participants or spectators, and they shall conduct themselves in a manner demonstrating respect for persons and property. All students, including transgender and gender expansive students participating in programs sponsored by the Virginia High School League or other interscholastic organization, shall comply with these policies and rules outlined by those organizations. And they also say that all students are entitled to have access to restrooms and locker rooms that are sanitary, safe, and adequate, and that they can comfortably and fully engage in their school programs and activities. So basically what this policy is saying that transgender students are allowed to actually be themselves and live a normal life and be able to be comfortable without fear of repercussion or I mean, this is something like it says in the policy here that might happen. People purposely harassing them about something like this. The policy is literally transgender students are allowed to be transgender, which I personally don't think this is something that I mean, I understand we need protections for transgender people when there are a lot of people out there trying to make it so they can't live their lives, they can't get the medicine they need, all these other things. I understand why this needs to be said, but at the same time, I I I take issue that this is where we're at with this. Okay, we shouldn't need to write a specific policy. A school board shouldn't have to write a specific policy for transgender students because they should be able to just live their life. They should be able to just do whatever it is they're trying to do in a normal way without us having to sit there and say, okay, well, we need to outline this because of all of the people that are against it. The problem is all of the pushback against people that are transgender. There's such a stigmatization around it in our modern day society in certain places. I mean, in this country, apparently Loudoun County is one of those places. And I can't. These people, they're young, but that's not an excuse. Okay, when they're saying overturn policy 80/40, essentially what they're saying is we don't want transgender people here. We don't want them here. We don't want to share our school with them. We don't want to share our we don't think that they are the same as we are. And that's fucked up. And if these young people were in that situation for whatever reason, if the roles were reversed on them, I don't know if they would feel the same way or not, but I would hope that they do. It sucks. And I don't know, if there's transgender students at this school that this is being filmed at. I don't know if there is or not. But if there is, and maybe they're watching this or whatever, just know that you're not alone, and there are people that are willing to fight for you. And I am so disgusted that there are so many schoolmates that are willing to stage a walkout for something like this. And they say girls only, boys only. What does that mean? That phrase to me, when you say girls only, boys only, so no people that are non-binary, uh, non-gender conforming, you're literally saying, well, we don't want transgender people here. And again, I honestly don't know if so. I'm not trying to give these people the benefit of the doubt for being bigoted, because that's exactly what they're doing. They're being bigoted. But I do not know if these young people know the repercussions and the hurt and the damage and the disgustingness of these things that they are holding up. They very well could, and they very well might not care, and they just are straight bigots. They might as well. These kids could very well all be pieces of shit that do know better. And this is hard for me to even make this video, because again, where I'm at with this issue is, we shouldn't even have to write policies about this, because they should just be able to do what they're going to do. Transgender people, they should just be able to live their fucking life normally. And again, I understand why we do need to write policies to protect transgender people and people of the LGBTQIA plus community as a whole. I understand it. We do need that, because there's a lot of people that want to take away their rights and their freedoms. But this is disgusting. This is horrible. I'm ashamed. I'm quite ashamed that this is what I'm seeing in my state right now. My governor, Glenn Youngkin, he has done nothing to help the transgender community, only hurt. He's a Republican, so that's not surprising. But to anyone that lives in Virginia that may be watching this video, extremely important. Make sure you're registered to vote. If you are old enough to vote, make sure you're registered to vote. You need to go out to the polls and vote in the next election. Please go and vote. Please, please, please. Voting is super, super important. So we can not have a governor and other leadership that are promoting anti-transgender policy. We need people to be able to connect with the youth, the people that are going to be able to vote, and have them, realize why this is problematic. Okay? We need people to go and vote. We need the young people to go out and vote more than ever. The young people need to go out and vote. I can't stress this enough. Go and vote. Go and vote. Go and vote. It's super easy to register to go and vote in Virginia. It's super, super easy. It only takes a few minutes. please, please, please go and register to vote. This isn't really what I planned on saying when I made this video. Um, but please let me know what you thought of the short clip that I played. Let me know what you thought of all of these very, very, very young people. It's just super disappointing to see stuff like this for me, guys. I'm only 22 years old, but um, I used to be completely brainwashed. I used to be, I listened to everything my family told me, super conservative family, and one day I realized I literally just had that moment where I was like, I've been lied to. This is all bullshit. Uh, Conservatives and conservatism and Republicans, they are everything that they claim not to be, and it's terrible. And me seeing young people brainwashed like this, standing against, uh, standing on the side of this issue, when I really honestly do think they don't know any better, is just it's heartbreaking. It's sad. I feel, uh, you know, I don't know. It sucks to see young people spewing this kind of rhetoric and hatred. Um, because I used to be like that. I did. This is how I used to be, and that's a big reason why I make videos now. Because I know what it's like, and it's fucking crazy. And I am going to make videos about this in the future, talking about, the different things that I used to believe, the things that were cemented into my head that I was told, hey, this is correct. It's disgusting. Um, you know, uh, again, I'm quite ashamed. This is going on in my state. Not to say this doesn't go on in every part of the country, because it does, but let me know what you thought. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed, and press that bell, turn on all notifications so you guys never miss an upload.